Nice. Oh, hey, dude. Long time. Where have you been? Hey, indeed. Yeah, it's been ages. Yeah, I just kind of got not pissed off with Twitch. Just I had kind of more going on with the podcast on YouTube, and then I would and like the broadcast would disappear on Twitch anyway, and I'm like, well, now I just gotta download them and just re-upload them to YouTube anyway. So to me, it just made more sense to just do it on YouTube. Not that I do these very often anyway, but. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Oh, hope you're getting on okay. Just can't be arsed to be honest. Well, put it this way, there's no real benefits to Twitch more than what I'm doing, and it's much easier for me to just hop on, do this, and hop off than... I'm not invested in Twitch, put it that way. hope things get better for you, man. Ah, man. Sorry to hear that. Don't really know what to say, man. Sorry. Hopefully the getting better will be sooner rather than later. Focus on my employer for a long time and I've less for. Ah, crap. Ooh. Oh man, that sucks. Oh no, parents, man, that's rough. And I'm not gonna advise you what to do. It's your business. But that's a fucking. Look, you'll work it out, man. You'll figure it out. It'll, like you said, it's gonna suck for a while, but. I wish there was a way you could work it out with him. Yeah. Fair enough, man. Hey, common sense. I personally, I tend to use a tip pen like this, and pit pens like these, and a brush pen like this. Those are my main guys. This, however, is a Tombow. It's like a Japanese brush pen. I've been trying it out more recently because it's got a nice variation of line. The line fades a little bit after rubbing out, but I mean it's generally pretty good. I mean, I like using more scratchier lines. Like I can't really go too heavy with the lines because I don't want to, break the tip of it. So there's a level of variation, and I can get kind of nice lines like that. You go and get a little, so you can get like a bit of variation there, which is nice. I like that. his face. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a dip pen for a lot more of this, for kind of looser, chunkier lines, but I want to get this kind of like little, all this small detail stuff down first. Yeah, inking. I mean, I love inking. Inking is my favorite part, to be honest. Drawing or pencils was what I liked when I was younger. But then the more I inked and the more I got into it, the more I liked it. It doesn't always go the way you want it to, but you just keep at it. Like using a dip pen, the first time I tried it was a disaster. I'm like, I'm never doing that again. Now it's kind of my favorite thing to use a lot of the time. Oh, thanks, dude. I mean, I don't necessarily think I'm the best inker or anything. I just I definitely like I suit myself, put it that way. See, there's all of this other detail here now that I'm going to be looser with. I just once I get this face done now, I'll so I'm going to be very careful here because I will need to get like a thinner pen to do some of that face. But I like the hair, I think is good here. It's nice, very nice tip to it, but it's still not as precise as, say, one of these guys. Doing pencil looks good. It goes down here from there. Yeah, I had a feeling. I'm not going for an exact likeness as Sigourney Weaver necessarily, which is something in the ballpark. Likenesses aren't really my strength. When I was asked to do this specifically, I was like, oh, that'll be cool. And then I started to look at the reference. I was like, oh, it's going to be hard. And I was thinking I'm going to draw all this tech and stuff. And then I thought, no, it's not about drawing. It's not a technical drawing exercise, And there's that really cool shot of the loader coming out of the shadows. I'm like, oh, okay, that's it. think what I like drawing, and so I thought of a mix of like the silhouetted shot with like some lighting and shape rather than like a technical drawing of all the doohickeys. Like, because really the feet are longer than this, but if the feet are the more of the loader in the shot, the less of Ripley you see. So I decided to kind of make a best of both worlds type situation, or try at least. Okay, again, I'm just going to draw some more of the kind of more strict shapes, lines. Exactly, artistic license for the win. Or making life a little bit easier for myself. Also, to be honest, this is a cooler image than what I started drawing. Yeah, I started out drawing this and I realized this is just a boring. This drawing is going to be boring. Do something cooler. It's going to take way too long, and you're not going to enjoy it, and it's going to look boring. So I'm actually much happier with this. Now I'm definitely going to lose some of the detail because I'm getting a bit looser with it, but again, better drawing. I'm trying to have fun with the lines rather than hey Gary. Yeah, write it. Not draw it though. Not with this level of nonsense. I think this is black. Hey Rocky. Watching streams to prep for streams, huh? That's where we are now. What are your streams more about, Rocky? I mean, I've of course, only watched the one that was about me, because that's how I roll. But is it more stuff that you're liking and reading, sharing that type of stuff, or what's your deal? Streams are about you. Oh, if only. I'd be watching them all the time then. weekly stream called My Wednesday Comics, which is all about the books I pick up each week. That's today's. I had to do a master study stream where I recreate some of my favourite comic pages. Like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh. Fair play. Oh, wrong pen. Jesus, nearly destroyed that. You must be reading a lot of stuff if you can stream about on a Wednesday. Next week's match starting is John Byrne and the patron is Elsman. Like, wow, that is some dedication. I mean, it's not my business or anything, but you must have a good subscriber base if you're doing all that kind of stuff, man. That's great. If I don't pick up anything new at the shop, I can find something in my back issues. Right. Still, it's a lot to be talking about. The live art streams get the most engagement. That's cool. Is what keeps you motivated? Like, because I'll admit, like, you know, anything I'm doing on YouTube or something is I'll just get a few viewers here and there. It's not like you know, it's not my target to be doing big shows or anything. But at the same time, you want it to be worth the time, you know. Just seeing, I assume just seeing that it's getting more is what's keeping you going. I drew this like 3 days ago, so I'm trying to figure out what half this shit is. Careful of it because I spin my pages of ink to get the angles I'm happier with. But the tough thing about this using the dip pen is a lot heavier ink will be wet, so I don't want to risk, streaking it. So I'll probably stop this for a bit and go back to another tool for a little bit. Not that you asked, but you're here, so I'm telling you. Yes, it's really fun to engage with the community. They're hilarious and supportive, which makes live shows fun. My goal is to build a core audience and then produce my own comic to crowdfund. Oh, cool. Well, I guess all the art stuff is very helpful for that, so. Here's my tissue. The master size on my way to get comfortable with drawing and chatting live on YouTube. Oh, okay. Good thinking, man. I'm seeing you ink on the nib. Why choose nib over brush pen on this one? I'm going to use a brush pen more here. It just depends on the lines, really, Like I use the Tombow for these smaller lines. The thing with the dip pen for me is that you get cooler, more expressive lines, but less accurate. Like the dip pen or the brush pen got these nice kind of textured lines here, but I wanted longer, thin to thick ones, so the dip pen's good for that, but it's a little less accurate. Same here. I'm going to go up and like tidy up some of these lines because they're not as accurate as they need to be, but at the same time, if I was using a pen or something, the lines would be very dead, so it kind of depends on what the effect you're going for, Like I can use a ruler here, but I think I'll use the dip pen again. I think I might use the brush pen here just because I want some thicker lines rather than these thinner lines, and then I'll see how I get on, if that makes sense. Try to address my thirst. I find this generally it's dip pen for textured lines I like. Okay, so that some of those bits still are drying, so I will. This part of the drawing. It's not on the edge. This brush pen's the flow is very heavy, so I'm not liking it as much. Harder to do like these kind of thin lines. Oh, getting there. Careful. I'll wait till it's drier. whatever makes it coolest. Yeah, it's pretty legit, to be honest. And I always knew, like from an earlier age, like the technical stuff I'm not the best at. I've gotten better at it over the years for sure, and I'm happier with that. But it's never been the stuff that I liked. Like Transformers would be hell for me to draw. I would hate to draw that book. And knowing your strengths is great because you can play to them, but you can only play to them for so long before people cop on. So you gotta figure out the hard stuff. But at the end of the day, though, you know what you like drawing more. So and for me, yeah, much more interesting to figure out what to black out and not to black out on this than rather than draw all the necessary detail and all the bits and bobs. At the end of the day, this is an A4 commission. It's not like a massive, detailed cover or anything. I think if you want a commission from me, you want like the thing that I like doing, what I'm good at, rather than. Well, then again, maybe you're just trying to torture me by asking for a big mech thing. I find these are the types of things that like you'd write in for an artist who really wants to draw it. And I would not be that artist because it's super hard for me. Oh, it would be like natural forms. I like drawing. Rocks and hills and landscapes and all the stuff that I thought was boring as a kid. I really like drawing now. So the body horror stuff, like anything where I can kind of like draw textures and like forms and things like that. I really enjoy. I like drawing destroyed banjaxed, ripped up, like that. You'll notice, like especially in Old Dog. Yeah, it's interesting. All these locations are abandoned, destroyed buildings, or abandoned warehouses, or abandoned. Like I like drawing like ruined locations. even with this technical stuff, I try be as like free drawing with it as I can be, so it's never too like perfect. Just more kind of texture to those lines there. Same here. Getting there. Yep. I'm gonna do all my black spotting first. the big black areas, and then I'm going to go in with the grey. So I'm about to do the black now. Draw a little bit with the ink, then I'll kind of work out the values. So I've been pretty sloppy with the black, but I'm going the wash will tighten it up with the wash. May as well do a bit of black will do. Spoiler, this is what I picked up today at my shop. Planet Death issue 1 and All-Star Superman work in progress. Oh man, I didn't know they were doing that. What's Planet Death again? I think I know what it is, I just can't think of it. Yeah, I had no idea they were doing that with All-Star. I mean, that makes a hell of a lot of sense this week of all weeks too. Damn it. Planet Death. Oh, yes. Matt Kent, you mean? Not Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I actually just got offered a cover by them, so I'm gonna have to do that when I get back. Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic with the movie too, man. I'm not a huge James Gunn fan. Everything of his I've seen, I've liked, but I haven't seen everything, you know. I never got to see Super. That looks. I mean, it all looks right up my street. I liked. I've only seen the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I liked them a lot. And what else have I seen? But I'm generally a fan. I haven't seen any of the DC stuff. I think he is a filmmaker with a certain vision. I would like to see his vision be a little less him on something like a Superman movie, but I think he's entirely able to do that. So, and you know, I hope it's not a preachy mess. That would be disappointing, but I don't like. He's not really. Doesn't strike me as one of those kind of filmmakers. So I'm going in with. I'm not going to say high hopes. No, I am. I'm going in with high hopes, but I'm not like holding out all my hopes on it. I would very much like it to do well. I think it would be nice to have like a. I love Batman and all that, but it'd be nice to have like a hero. Something kind of more bigger and more inspiring, kind of optimistic kind of stories out there. It would be nice. I mean, I'm not that I'm the one to tell them, but so yeah, I would like it. I would really like it to do well. I'd like it to be good, but I'm I'm holding out my opinion to actually watch it. If that makes sense. Oh, Derek Hus. Oh, okay, right. Well, you actually, yeah, you're entirely right. Sorry, I was thinking John Wick, as in like who did the Boom Book? Did Matt Kent do the Boom Book with Ken Reeves and Mike Diodato, wasn't it? But, case in point, you're dead right. I was wrong. I don't often admit that, but you beat me, Rocky. the bones of it there. Even needs more work, don't worry. Don't worry. I have so much to do. I have another one of these and 4 pages to wash before I go in the morning. Oh, it's going to be a long nighter. That's it, Rocky. They did Berserker. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you win. I give up. The stream is over. Thomas Giorello. Don't know him. So I'm trying to see what I can rub out here. Where is my... There it is. Alright, Tooth. Ah, man. Good to hear from you again, man, and best of luck with everything, okay? I'll catch you again soon, I hope. In your whole new setup, in your whole new place, and everything else all worked out, alright? Yeah, no, I have those nightmares right now, Rocky, but I think I'm fairly safe. It's a little wet there. So you've got all these nice kind of textured lines with the dip pen, but it's still a bit sloppy in the end, so a little cleanup is needed. Oh, I tend to do that at the end. pretty much just making this up as I go along, to be honest. Curious, where did you get your art training? Art school or self-taught? Um, I would say mostly self-taught. I just drew off TV and things like that. I did have, there wasn't really art class in my school here, my hometown. In the school I went to, so I went to a different school that did have an art class, but you know, there just wouldn't be much of a history of the arts here, you know. So I went to Limerick School of Art Design after for college, where I got a fine art degree. But I can't say I am mad into fine art after having studied it. Basically, you know, it was all more theory. There wasn't much of an emphasis on craft so much. So I ended up doing printmaking because that was the outside of painting, which I like. Again, they weren't really teaching you how to paint, so I didn't really walk out of there knowing how to paint. You know what I mean? But printmaking was great fun. I really enjoyed that. So I got a degree in printmaking, and I've never really used it since, to be honest. As much as I do like printmaking, it's a lot easier. Just not easier. There's a hell of a lot of process to get your image on the page. You know, before drawings could be replicated, it was a great way to do it. But now you can just scan stuff. So, but I really liked lithography and little screen printing as well. I'd say when I'm older, maybe I might get back into it or something, just for some kind of chill. Yeah, printmaking. I loved it. Lithography was my favorite. Got to go to a lot of cool countries in Europe and see lots of exhibitions and stuff. Prague was amazing, and it was a great place for me to do, like, you know, I was trying to draw like Brian Hitch after college, and then it took me a while to realise actually all that stuff in college was really interesting, and you should kind of embrace that more. So that's where I think that's what got me back into doing doing washes, because I did them in lithography, like on limestone, but I just didn't really do them on paper. So it was I said it elsewhere, but I thought for a long time I'd waste my time in art college, but I think that it gave me space to just kind of fuck around and like try weird things that ultimately really helped me apply more experimental, not to sound like a twat or anything, but Um, just experiment a bit more with the comic stuff, and it did me. Yeah, I think it's done me very well in the long run. Cameron Gill, I'm looking forward to seeing what Ghost Machine series cover you've done. I don't know when they're gonna show it off. I wasn't told which issue. I know what book it's for because I drew it. Um, I also don't know if I'm allowed to say. Okay, brag. That makes sense with your old live environments. Yeah, that makes sense. If I had to pick up a cover for you to do in Ghost Machine, I'd say Red Coat or maybe Geiger. Dang, I could see you doing a cool Rook Exodus too. Well, it's definitely one of those. If that's probably might be all of them. um, I was gonna say, it has O in the title somewhere. Okay, well I'll say it's not. It's not Redcoat, since I don't want to mislead anyone. It's not Redcoat. As of yet, they might ask me to do more. They might not. I don't know. They didn't say I can't say, so I won't say what it is, but I'll say what it isn't. How about that? I quite liked it. It was fun. It was hard because I don't know the characters too well. So it's always hard doing the research, you know. But I'm happy with the end result. It's not Geiger either. Although I did do a rough for a Geiger, they went with a different character, but I hope they come back for the Geiger one because I quite liked the rough. I'll show you. Where's the bloody... It's gotta be here somewhere. I guess I can't find it. Doesn't make any sense. Oh wait, here it is. Okay, I'll cover the one that I did do. So that was the rough I did for Geiger, but they went with a different one. Right, so what do you get? What is this? By the rough. Sorry, so my sketchbook ain't going nowhere. Well, well, to be fair, I don't really do them at set times. I try to, but they don't really in the end. They tend to be late enough, I guess. I actually have one more to do before tomorrow morning, so I'm wondering will I do enough to my last one after at like 12. I don't know if that make any sense. Alright, Rocky, good luck with your stream, man, and thanks for popping by. Oh, this scar is not healing, Rob. Sorry, Will. Did I have the plaster when I met you? Probably. So if this heals, it'll take a long time, I think. Cameron, it's not Ghost either. Why is everyone guessing the wrong one? Okay, is at least a current ongoing. Is that as much as you can tell us? Yeah, I think so. Like you mentioned it earlier. I think it's an ongoing. It's got like it's a few volumes. Like it has previously been mentioned. I can say that much. Oh, thanks, Will. Cheers. Yeah, I figured I needed something. I think originally the person looking for this wanted uh, the Queen versus Ripley, but I'm like, okay, look, man, I'm only doing one figure. Sorry, and I just figured they'd be like, okay, thanks anyway. But not they went with Ripley, so I think I could at least do this much. Oh, thanks, man. Let me know if Reese comes to you giving out about me. I gave him a critique on something earlier, and he was nice about it, but I'm slightly worried maybe I was too hard on him. Oh, thanks, Cameron. They're not camming for me. They're fairly stressful because I don't want to mess them up. Yeah, well, it was literally earlier today. But I know he took it well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cover he's working on. I'm really bad for giving. What's the word? When opinion when not asked for. Unsolicited, that's it, unsolicited opinions. I'm very bad for that when it comes to art. But he did ask, so I was like, well, you asked, so. But no, he's very good about it. I leave the question on how to either the Rockefellers or Horns. I've no idea what you're talking about, Cameron. Ah, yeah, the fact that he took it so well was good because it meant he wasn't too precious about it and wants to get better, which is, as you know, is the best way to be. Other than fixing up some bits and bobs here, is pretty much ready done. I don't know. I can't be any clearer, Cameron, but like he had literally mentioned it earlier. It has an O in the name. To me, I thought it was the biggest book that they have, but you've mentioned every other one. But yeah, sure. Look, we'll figure it out eventually. And it's cool to be asked. You kind of get into the weeds with like the work sometimes, and you do kind of forget, like, man, it's cool people even ask me to do this stuff. Oh no, it does have an O. It has more than one O, in fact. So not Geiger or Redcoat. So Rook Exodus is probably been solicited yet, as it doesn't come back till October. That's interesting. I couldn't possibly comment on those series of facts. Scooby-Doo does have a lot of O's. Good point. Mystery solved. Much like Scooby-Doo himself would solve a mystery. Or did he solve the mysteries? Wasn't it the gang that solved the mysteries, really? It's quite detailed work, all right. Looking at all the, I think was it 2 trades they sent. I'll deny it. I'll deny it, Cameron. Anybody asks, I'll say, nah, it's lies. This camera doesn't know what he's talking about. I've never live streamed a commission in my life. Yeah, actually, it would. Will. Geez, can I say this to you? I did get offered a cover to do, but I just couldn't do it because it was too soon. But it's not. I've done a couple of cartoonier ones. Did I? I can't remember if I sent you one. I've done a couple of cartoonier covers for Dynamite lately. I should send them on to you. I might actually, Rob. I'll let you know if I do. I generally wouldn't do covers because it's just too much. It's bigger, and I end up getting my head closer to the piece, and I don't want my stupid fucking head or nose in the shot. So that's why I would generally not do a cover. Also, I generally can't share it, but I'll let you know. Where's my stinking bits? I cannot comment, Cameron. I don't think it's a massive secret or anything, but you know, when you do a cover for, like, say, Rob, I'm doing a cover for Rob, and he just said, "Stream Wave, if you like." That's great, but you know, as a company, you know, it's their thing, so you know, it's up to them really. And I generally would share it earlier on my. I tease a lot of stuff on my newsletter, but I have no idea when that's coming out. I have no idea when it's solicited, so I wouldn't. I do it with something that's like going to be solicited within a month. You know, just so you're not taking the piss with your publisher, but also you're doing something a little bit cool. But yeah, I have no idea when it's coming out. I don't even know what issue it's for, to be honest. Just bumping up some of the stray black bits here. Oh, for sure. I'll sign whatever you got. Aliens is where it's at. Damn straight. There's Alien and Aliens, and they're two different beasts, but they're both fantastic. Different beasts. I think I saw Aliens first, and I don't know if that was. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was bad. I don't know if it mattered what order I saw them in. And also, I didn't see either of them until I was in my like 30s, because I was way too scared to watch them when I was young. I do remember you teased the Mystique series at MCM to me. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I'm not really supposed to do any of that. I was pretty excited, so it's like a code of trust at conventions. Okay, I think I'm done. Just gonna. Overdo it now. I don't know how well it did, to be honest, Cameron. It's actually, the trade's out next week, I think. I have no idea how well it did. I can't. They don't really tell you, so it could have done terribly. It could have done brilliantly. I know I was happy with it. I very much got to make the book I was hoping to make. So there's that. the X-Men fans are intense, and I didn't really seem to get any particular hate, so I'll take that as a win, you know. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hi, Jeremy. I'm actually nearly done here. Let's try and do a bit more. This way. I was watching a Phil Hester interview and saw you were on. Oh, well, you're better off with Phil Hester. He's the best. At risk of overdoing this now, I think, but kind of want the tail to be coming out of the mist a bit. Grey wash is never done, indeed. Yeah, I think I should really just stop now at this stage. Someone was asking earlier on, oh, are you going to do grey wash on this? Yeah, boy did I. Yes, I believe this is done. I'm just going to scan this now in a couple of minutes and stick it up. But I have this to do before I go in the morning, and I don't know when I'm going to do it. I might do it in a couple of hours, but I have some pages I need to finish, so fuck it, I don't know. So I might be back in a couple of hours. I might not. You'll see. But yeah, thanks for giving me company, guys. I'll catch you the next one, I guess. But yeah, I'm tired. I'm pretty tired now. All right, sure. I'll catch you again soon. Thanks again, guys. Yeah. Bye. Deck out.